Maybe. I think we're good. I think we're good. It hesitated. Hesitated just a little bit there. But we're good now. Yeah, how do you even get that last one wrong? The queen check, where you take the queen checkmate? Okay, okay. Getting somewhere. Red, how's it going? It's not that I mean, this is mate in one. I'm just getting lost in thought thinking about rook takes c7, which is completely unnecessary. I guess black escapes by moving the knight. Interesting. A little checkmate. Okay, we're definitely pushing the pawn. Distract the king from the rook. And now we just win. Oh, this one's actually a little sneaky. Queen h1. Here, let me make sure. By the way, Red, I will have a queue. We'll be through Twitch, unfortunately. Can't do it on both, but yeah, the join play, that's this. What is this? Or if you want to play right now, since you're the first, just let me know. Dang, boom in here, all type of player in here. Okay, this one's actually like a little bit sneaky. Because you have to play bishop takes g5 first. That's not bad for a 1300 rated puzzle. It's not bad at all. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't play king c7. All type of player, how you doing? Boom. Welcome, welcome. Oh, we take with the queen, so we have rook h3. I was like, I know rook takes, isn't it? It's probably repetition. Then I paused. I'm like, why is it not repetition after queen takes as well? This one. Lots of pawn pushing. We'll jump into the games in a second. Usually give it a little bit of time. Mindful, how's it going? Okay, there's another little sneaky one. Too bad. This one's just a free piece. This one's really easy. That one, queen g4, I guess, is sneaky. Oh, this one actually... I assume it's take, and then rook takes d5. At least is what I was calculating. That's interesting too, because if he plays queen c8, I think rook f5 is the move. Is this true? It's actually pretty nasty. Yeah, rook f5. I guess rook takes c6 also exists, but pin here, and then if bishop drops back, we take here. Mindful, make sure to join the queue. All right, I think we can pause it there. I think we can pause it there, and we can jump into the games now. Unless I just want to hurry and solve this one. Okay, this one's kind of sneaky because you have to decide which pawn. It's this pawn because you want to capture, you want the pawn on h6 basically. So you see the pawn covers that square and the bishop covers the other one. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Let me change incoming. We can change scenes 2. And let's go. Check off all type of player. Send me your challenge. Yeah, the commands for the queue are the pinned ones. That way it just all is clear. I can try. Let me refresh it and try sending it again. You have it ready to go. I can start to prepare challenging, but if you have it, my name's a little easier to challenge. Okay, never mind. Yours popped up pretty easily. Challenge is being sent. Dun dun dun. 10-minute game. Anybody watch the Champion Chess Tour this morning? And yesterday was pretty wild. I like moments like Hikaru resigning into one position, because it's a good reminder that we're all human. I might transpose if I play d5. Interesting. Yeah, only the German Championship, which Kaimar I saw is just crushing it in. d5 should definitely be the move. MVL ended up making it to the finals. I missed that match. I was watching some of the other ones. I missed that match happening. But I took a look at the game. MVL's game where he won is actually beautiful. Like, it is a very good display of using the 2 bishops. Like, I don't often use rapid games. Like, I use rapid games in lessons from, like, a tactical perspective sometimes. But for positional, definitely more longer time control. But I might actually use that one at some point, because I think it's a very good example of using 2 bishops when your opponent doesn't. MBL, who you are rooting for? I mean, MBL's a pretty cool guy. Like, everything I've heard about him seems pretty positive. And yeah, he has beaten Magnus before, so he could be the guy. It is interesting. Who was it? Was it Tony that was mentioning this? But it's interesting to see these events and see the sort of old guard. I mean, they're not really old, but the old guard, because there is a next generation. The old guard still kind of dominate these tournaments. I mean, Arjun, Gukesh, Abdusattarov, people like Kaimar, I mean, they make their mark, but for the most part, it's still the Magnus Carlsens and Fabis and MVLs, and they still kind of show that they've been the top this long for a reason. Dude, how's it going? I want to go here. I don't know if it makes the most sense. It's just the knight feels very solid, and I like the squares that it can potentially jump to, as well as maybe support b4. Played a random line because you don't like playing same stuff. I respect it. Armor as a geek is just as good, but he's a weirdo. Wait, what? I mean, he's a chess grandmaster, so I can believe it, because it's a lot of cool grandmasters, but, I'm not gonna lie. A bit weird. Myself included. But what about Kaimar? I think this is the first I'm hearing about him being a geek. A 97% accuracy game versus a really tough opponent to take the match 3-0. Draws didn't count, but we started with 3 draws, then won 3 in a row. Nice. No, you're not weird. Oh, I appreciate it. Boom, I appreciate it. Thanks for the compliment. Although I don't think there's anything wrong with being weird. Sometimes being a little weird is a great thing. Just to remember that we're not all robots. Actually, maybe I take here, because this is annoying. This likely would bring him back. I mean, he doesn't have to go back. He could take with the pawn, but then that's a weakness. Still tempted by b4, but I don't think I need to rush with it. That Caden is weird. We've seen the teen clips he appears in, but yeah, nothing wrong with it. What, you think pretending to be a grandma is weird? I thought that was normal. Everyday occurrence. Was it your game I analyzed this line against Kramnik from Title Tuesday with a 96 sack? Ah, boom! You analyzed that game? Yes. That game was so frustrating because he sacks the knight, and it's one of those in a blitz game is so hard as the opponent, because I know it's incorrect. Like, I know that sacrifice is not right, but in blitz is gonna work. Wild Tony appearance. So, like, overall, it was a good decision considering it's blitz. And I know that and I acknowledge that, but that's, it's always tough when you're in those situations. And you're like, dang, he's got me. I know it. But, dang, I wish he didn't. I wish this was a classical game where I could just prove this is wrong. Didn't pick up on who it was until after the mask came off. What a no. No, how do you say it, by the way? Sharja? Gotta give a second masterclass on the 2 bishops. Well, I fear I'm already letting it slide a little bit in this A4 stuff, but maybe we just... It's very interesting, learned a lot from it, thought it was you. Yeah. It was. I heard Kramnik was roasting me. I didn't fully watch it, but I don't think he was a fan of my opening. Okay. We're gonna accept it. Just gonna accept it over there. Maybe it's not full accepting. It's your clue how to say it. Some really nice games by Geary so far. Yeah, okay, he didn't want it. He didn't want it. But maybe just temporarily. Wait, no, I'm threatening the rook. I was getting worried about this move because then I want to play here. He takes, but that's kind of hanging. Classical, you would have ripped him apart. I mean, but he wouldn't play it. I don't think you would play that move in a classical game. Like, it's just... Yeah, like I say, it's one of those situations that I think we both know that's like it's a good decision in Blitz. But it's definitely sucks to be on the receiving side. Okay, now I want to play B4. Pretty simple. I mean, as much as I was willing to lose that pawn, you don't technically want to lose it. Yeah. No, one day. I hope I can take at least a game off Kramnik. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to add him to the list of people I've at least gotten a game off of. Who's the other one? There's someone else that I want to say has like a 7-0 score against me. I know I've lost both my games to Ferrugia and Bullet, which one of them was actually really bad. Like I choked hard. I swear there's someone that has a really good score against me that I didn't really, it didn't hit me until like we got paired and I did the whole click, you know, and it showed. Sorry, Paulius. We can keep that where it is. How many world champs have I defeated? Technically only Magnus. Because Ding I don't think I've ever played. I've played with Ding in Bughouse, but I've never played. I've caused Ding to lose. Playing Bughouse with him. Never played Gukesh. Immortal game or game I'm proud of. I typically consider like my Immortal to be my game against Pablo Vorontsov from the World Youth. It's just a mix of the game, a mix of good chess as well as how flashy it is and how consequential it was for me. Yeah, Gukesh and Ding don't really play online, yeah. And Kasparov never played any of us at the workshops. Anand, I kind of missed my chance. I had a chance to potentially play Anand in a simul, but I think I needed to win Blitz tournament, and yeah, I had a really dumb moment. Okay, why can't I just take this? I mean, it's a little bit scary, but I don't see it yet. Okay, maybe this somewhere. Actually, that could be a problem. No, his rook's hanging. What am I talking about? Except checks first. Maybe I do have to drop the bishop back, actually. Play on the dark squares. But that doesn't really change with that. Okay, one sec. I don't believe in this move. I feel like I should be able to just take it, but thus far the calculation, I do admit, is messy. And it seems to be working out for him. Alright, we're gonna send it. We're gonna send it. We'll figure it out later. I don't see a difference in playing bishop e6, so I might as well take a pawn. Might as well. We're here. Debating whether to opt for Grunfeld or Benoni for your main repertoire. Okay, well, that's actually a slip, I believe. Because now knight c6 doesn't work because queen takes. It's kind of funny. You play knight c6 first, and if a rook takes, then the check is super painful. And if I play queen takes, I'm not hitting the rook because it's still on a7. Now, is there... Yeah, see... I mean, he can still, I guess, take f8 after I take. He might as well. Still interesting. Not over yet. Alberto, you won! Nice. Glad to hear it. Finally won a game. Let's go. Just drop back. Debating whether to opt for Grunfeld or Benoni for your main repertoire versus D4. Any recommendations? I would try them out. I think Benoni and Grunfeld, actually. So, there are openings that are theoretical, and, like, you just have to understand the theory, or, like, you're screwed. There are openings where theory doesn't matter. They're, like, kind of sus, and you're playing off of feel and kind of practical chances. And then there are openings that are a mix of both. I think Grunfeld and Benoni are kind of mixed openings, where they do have lots of theory, but it's almost more important to understand just how to play them and have a feel for them. So, that's, yeah, I would just, even with little theory, try experimenting with both of them and just see what clicks. You could have an older Super GM hang and stream with you, the way Aster does with Chessbra. Who would it be? Okay. What does older? I assume someone who's not particularly current or over the age of 40. Okay, this endgame's not a draw if you take e4. I just want to make sure. Pretty sure that's winning. Just a double check. Yeah. My king's too far. My king's on the same line as the pawn. So it doesn't matter that he gets opposition. Ninja! How's it going? GG, GG. Yeah, where did I... Oh, it actually doesn't like this e5. Thinks I should just keep the pressure. So it was really good here. But yeah, maybe I was too hopeful about that pressure on e3 and should have calmed it down. Knight c6, take, rook a8, and here we just play. Oh, because queen takes e3. Oh wait, I gotta check an age of a player real fast. Because this might be super easy. Okay, yeah, he is over 40. Aronian, hands down. Like, not even, no, like, don't even have to think about that one. Like, Aronian, easy. Yeah, so I needed more focus here. I think maybe keeping the bishop here is also because b4 and trying to create pressure against d4 could be an idea. Didn't know how to draw 3 versus 4. Well, you really want to activate your rook here. Once you didn't do that, it's just trouble. It's a lot. I mean, yeah, now it's done. Your rook's too passive. My king, because of it, got too active. Oh. Alright, boom. Boom, are you the one that challenged me? Or what is your username? Okay. Cool. Sounds good. I know quite some theory and have played quite some games in both, but in Benoni I struggle against the knight e2 f4 setups where I can put the knight on e5. Can't put the knight. E2, f4. That's interesting. I don't think I've looked at those setups much. Now, my perspective of the Benoni is from white, playing against it. Knight e2, f4, I don't know too well. John could pick. I mean, yeah, that one's just... I think he's pretty cool. I thought him doing the commentary on the games I thought it was funny. Now, I know some people were upset, saying he went a little too far with his comments and roasting, and kind of took it as, I think, is a bit sexist, but, I mean, when you have a 2,700 comments on, 2,100 rated games, like, I don't know what you expect. Whether they're, whatever gender they are. I thought it was hilarious. Trying to get active with the London. I mean, you know, we'll make it happen. I got my tricks. It's also very much my like feel someone out, because I don't think me and Boom, I don't think we've ever played before. So, you know, just get a feel for him. Why am I pausing on this? Yeah, so it's H3 here. This one I actually have a lot of this stuff in the London I haven't looked at. Maybe I was supposed to take first. No. No, it's... I know the idea, I just need to remember it. Okay, it's knight d4. Knight d4, bishop c5, bishop e5. All right, it's coming back to me. This is one of the few lines in the London that I've actually checked with the computer, because I was getting in a lot of trouble here. Like, I kept losing these positions over and over and over again. So I'm like, fine. I'll look at it, and there's one key idea. So now we take on f6, and now we play knight takes e4. This is the key. Knight takes e4 is the key to this line. I don't remember why we wait to take on f6 though. I know there's a reason. And we take on f6 here, or we take on f6 if he plays bishop h5, but I don't remember why. That's why I was hesitating on h3, because I would have assumed taking here where queen takes runs into knight takes is positive. But I feel like there's a specific reason why you avoid it. Isn't B for London? Could be a wash GM prep. I mean, could be. You never know. Thought I played pretty bad opening. Knew the queen a ton. Yeah, I don't think the opening went fantastic for you, type of player. I think I had the wrong direction. I was really hoping to put pressure on your e3 pawn, but I just can't outside of the bishop. So yeah, I should have gone more like bishop e5, looking for the kingside attack or pressure against d4. Yeah, this is a tricky moment for black. I know the move, but we'll keep it a secret. I know the next move for black and the next move for white, and then after that, I don't know. After that, I'm out. I just needed to know enough to stop losing all the time in this line, because I was bad. Hey, Win, how's it going? Okay, that is not it. Now, do I understand why that's not it? Oh, I probably can just play c3. c3, he takes, I take. He could take his pawn back, but I mean, his structure is pretty terrible. So I castle, he takes queen g4, I pick up the pawn back, and he has weaker pawns. What else? I could play knight d2 is the other option. Then he takes... Doesn't seem to make as much sense, right? Because c3 forcing him to break his structure seems to be a lot better. The actual move is queen takes b2. And then as white, you're supposed to castle, and that's all I know. After that, I mean, it's just playing. See, I think c3. c3 is what I'm liking the best. Whoa, it wants queen e5. Okay, so now I just win a pawn if I drop back. I could be extra lame and go for the queen trade. If I take, he plays queen takes. Oh, funny. Could also go here. Yeah, takes queen c3, exactly. Laos in that other line. Okay. Okay, give me a second here. Knight d2. Knight d2 feels like not it. I mean, I'm up a pawn, but he does have counterplay with the bishop. I'm actually leaning towards this, because I win the pawn and I break his structure. The only downside is my structure is also a little worse. But I mean, you know, I guess he doesn't have to take the knight. He could move the bishop, but then he loses a lot of the counterplay he gets. That's the downside to going here. Now the other option was knight g3 and queen h5. But that just doesn't seem any better than queen d4 at all. Okay, let's be lame. Queen d4, solid. $100 messages, let's go. I understand why d takes c4 was wrong. Oh yeah, because queen h5. Yeah, I should have highlighted it. Yeah, queen h5 and then take. And yeah, as Laos is pointing out, you also cannot castle. Okay, he does keep the bishop. But now I'm feeling like we made the right call. He won't get the counterplay with the queen, and I'm up the pawn. Still not over though. Bishop's not bad. This is tempting. Try and stop the c5 break. And he goes for e4. So probably better just to castle and put pressure here. Yeah, castling I think makes more sense. This isn't too much of a bother. Really isn't the end of the world. Yeah. Yeah, that's why Dr. Ememe, so I'd gotten to this position before. I'd gotten to this position. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't take on f6. I think I got to this position for sure in some games. And I'd known it was better for white. But then I kept losing, and so that's why I finally am like, okay, like what am I missing? And that's when it's like, oh, you have to do this as white or you're worse. Like, why I kept losing. There was some logic behind it. Is because yeah, I actually am just worse if I don't know this idea. So we had to learn the idea. Once we learned the idea, life was much better, but yeah. Kind of important. Ugh. Oh, he's gonna take. Okay, this is pretty much my plan. I take with the knight. If he goes e4, then I plant this knight on d4 or rook d1. I think I'm happy. Gotta start picking up the pace just a little bit. I don't like being downtime. Gonna do this probably anyways. And I want to do it with this rook because I do have to keep an eye on f2. Okay. As I said, following through. What's the end goal? I have a very clear plan. Although I guess he could post up. He could post up and defend. And then ask me what I'm doing. Which is a little annoying, because this knight doesn't have a clear pathing as long as this pawn stays on e5. But maybe I could juggle threats between d5 and e5. Just to get the knight into the game. Kind of a funny case. I think a lot of people... I was just gonna say how one of the things that's really stood out to me about being down material that I think is easy to forget is it's not just that, in this case, I as the opponent have a pawn, but it's also that he doesn't have a pawn. And you can imagine, like, if a pawn is on c6, keeping all this solid is so much easier. If you don't have that pawn, and yeah, I try and create counterplay. A little annoying. Does have this, so I don't currently have knight d4. Right. Still tempting. I do have... no. I just play a3 first. Yeah, actually, let's do it. Oh, because then e4, d4, I have to take. And I do want to leave one rook on d2. Let's start with a3 and see where the work puts us. Pretty sure when I got to 3 versus 4, I was trying to trade as fast as possible, even though I was playing a level. It's gonna go rook on. I assume you mean the a file. But yeah. Get the rook active. Well, though, trade. I don't think you want to trade. 3 versus 4. Good chances to hold that in a rook endgame. Probably not so good chances to hold that in a king and pawn endgame. Be quite wild to see the top chess players in the esports stadium. The field is quite exciting. MBL, Alabrija, Bobby, Magnus, Nepo, Naka, Arjun. Yeah, that is a super good lineup. When actually is the event? Been realizing lately that I don't actually know. Okay, my hope is overall this is weakness because he's not really doing much, you know. Like we got time. We got time. Slowly try and poke and prod. This is tempting. I can expand. E4 in response, though. It's actually kind of crazy. Okay, let's do this actually. Let's go on a little night trip. Starts the 29th of July, or at least the Esports Cup does. Okay. That will be here soon, honestly. I mean, a couple of months, not bad. I am actually a huge fan of these chess.com events that like lead into something in person. Um, I honestly think for me the funnest event to follow in the last couple of years was the Speed Chess Championship. The finals. I thought that event was just really high. And of course, I mean having, Hans in the mix of Matt